So what's going on, guys? Box here and welcome back to another episode of the MotoGP 21 career mode, and we are at the penultimate episode of the Moto3 championship and season 1 of career mode. This has come around quick and a thoroughly enjoyable season which is still yet to conclude. Look at this, we took the lead in the championship. If you missed the last episode, make sure you go check it out. It's a really good episode. Lots of good racing. As you can see, we retook the lead of the Moto3 championship. So, we got some upgrades that we can do. I don't think they're going to come in time, to be honest. But we may as well give them a go. If we throw everyone on this last engine upgrade, it might just come in before the end of the season. So, let's see, how many weeks is that? 4 weeks. Where does 4 weeks take us? Just in time for Valencia, so why not? So let's get in then. In terms of our proposals received, we got 11 weeks to the side still on that Moto2 ride. I'm probably going to take it at the Sepang Racing team, but let's get in and do Thailand first, see if we can get any offers from maybe the VR46 team. That would be cool. But maybe I'm pushing it a little bit. But let's get in then for the Thai Grand Prix. So we're going to be starting on the front row. But it's not pole position. We actually didn't quite make pole position. I made a mistake into the final corner of my final lap. And we weren't able to get that pole position, but it is the front row anyway. Middle of the front row, so we're okay. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Obviously we had a really good episode last time out, so if I can take a win here today, try and just extend that championship lead if possible. Gonna be gearing up for the 5 red lights then, and we're off. Let's see if we can defend from McPhee, but oh man, we can't even do anything. He's straight through a Minyo on our outside as well. Going into exit turn 1, side by side with McPhee, and we just nerf him out the way. Get back through. It is Mazia that leads our championship rival. Acosta's back in P5. I thought Acosta was on pole and it was the other way around, but it isn't quite. But look at the lead Mazia's got. And look at these guys forcing the issue behind. Acosta coming from P5 to P2 in one corner. What is this kid doing? He's so good. Anyway, we gotta try and get back ahead as Mazia giving Acosta a bit of a tow into turn 4. Not so good through that. But it's both of these Red Bull KTM bikes that are so strong. Acosta's just been a little bit inconsistent this season, which is probably why he's not right at the front of the championship. He is up there. I think he's just fallen off in a few races, so he's lost out on crucial points. But it'll be interesting to see if Acosta can bridge this gap to Mazia. And I'm going to try and stick with Acosta if I can. But if not, we're going to have to try our best to hold on to the podium. We need the podium finishes to try and keep in the lead of this championship. We need to get a few more wins as well. But Mazia doing everything he needs to right now. And that is leading this Thai Grand Prix. Out the final corner then. We're going to be in P3. 5 laps to go then. See what we can do on this Avintia. Avintia KTM, let's go. There's a crash. It's Romano Fenati at the back. Hitting the deck. Palmo 3 down this straight. We've got the slipstream on Acosta. I don't really want to get an overtake. I want to sit in behind him because I'm not so confident here at Thailand. So I want to follow him for a bit, learn from him if possible. But if we can get the overtake done, I will get it done. But I just do want to follow him for a little bit if possible. See if he can close down the gap to Mazia. I think he probably can. But if we start battling, then he definitely won't. Here we go then, into turn 4. It's through again. We're all over the back of him. He just took so much curb there, going too defensive. I think us putting on too much pressure is just going to hold him up as well. So I've either got to sit back or get the overtake. I'll try not to make contact with him. He's going defensive into turn 8. So defensive again. He's going to be stuck on that tight line, which I don't know if it will work for him. Oh, it does through there. I probably shouldn't have shifted down to first through that corner. We are all over the back of Acosta. I think we've got the pace to try and mount an attack on Mazia, who leads. He's over a second in the lead. So we need to start closing this gap down, but here comes Acosta at the final corner. We've got Minho behind as well, 44.2, definitely fast lap of the race. So we're the fastest man out on track at the minute. Costa being beaten up by Minho. We put the pressure on him, and he's now crumbled a little bit as Minho getting through after he makes a mistake there. So the gap's a second to Mazia. Let's see if we can close this down. Decent run through turn 3. Palmer 3 on the exit. Gap's 8.5 tenths to Mazia. I really want to close him down. I really want to put in a proper performance and beat Mazia on merit here today. That'd be fantastic if I could do that. We're gapping Minho behind. Really gapping him. And we're going on the charge then. Let's try and limit the mistakes. Around turn 7. Marginal for fuel at the minute. We'll start to save some as we go through this race. And then we'll be left with some power mode 3 for the end, I think. And getting on the curb there. The curbs in this game are a lot more aggressive. You can't turn in if your bike's too busy bouncing on the curbs. And that's cost us a good couple of tenths. And all this time is crucial because we're going to be halfway through the race now. And we've got 3 laps to go to try and close down Mazia and get an overtake done. We can close him down, but if we can close him down, we've then got to get the overtake done as well. So it's not going to be so easy, but we go fastest again, 44 flat. See if we can break into the 43s on this lap. If I can get a big toe off of him, then that might work, but we're already a few tenths down in this first sector. Who's hit the deck? I don't know, but Acosta's now trying to fight his way back past Minho. So this lap, start of this lap's not been fantastic, especially if I want to break into the 43s. It's just the tyres going now. The second half of the race is always a lot trickier than the first half. You can see we've already lost more time to Mazia. Not been the start I wanted to this lap number 4. Let's keep it in power mode 3. Oh, look how wide we are there. There's just such a big drop in performance at this stage in the race, and the tyres, it can be hard to adjust. But once you adjust to it, then you can get back on the attack. Again, 8 tenths off of Mazia. Just plugging away. Oh, he's down. Oh, he crumbles under the pressure. Just too much curb from Mazia. And we got a 1.3 second lead in this race at the minute. And that surely is going to be the end of Mazia's championship hope. He's going to lose out points here as I've run it deep. This is what I did on my qualifying lap. But surely that's going to cost him in this championship. Bottling under the pressure. I wasn't even that close to him. He was obviously just trying to find time. You can see on his pit board we were closing him down and he just hits the deck. It was too much inside curb, that's what caused it. Too much inside curb. And the curbs are very unforgiving, as they should be. And it just sent him into the tarmac. So now it's about holding this 1.2, 1.3 second lead to Acosta. I mean, Minho's back there, putting on the pressure as well. So really, we've just got to bring this Avintia home, and we could get yet again another win, which would be 3rd win on the bounce and 4th win in this season. And we're coming good at the end of the season. really finding our form. Final corner then, we've really dropped the pace on this final lap. And Acosta is right behind us as I mess up the final corner once again, but it's going to be enough to bring the bike home for P1. 3 wins on the bounce in this Moto3 Championship. Mazia hitting the deck. I mean, it couldn't have gone any better today for us, really. I mean, look at that now. We have a 17-point lead over Mazia in this championship. Acosta, he closes down, gets ahead of Darren Binder. He's only 25 points back, and it seems like Mazia might have dropped the ball a little bit, and the momentum's with Acosta. He's going to be trying to get ahead of his teammate in the next race, and then trying to beat us, of course, as well. So let's head into the next round. Not a brilliant qualifying then. Q1, we are just outside the top 4 to progress into qualifying 2. Struggling here at Australia, Phillip Island. It's actually a wet track, and we haven't done much wet weather running this year, and it looks like we're off the pace here. It's going to be a wet race as well, so we're going to have to pull something magic out of the hat in the race. Put on a fresh set of wet tyre then, wet rubber. And we've got a bit of a mission, and let's see, Mazia's on pole, so this could be his chance, his opportunity to get back at us in this championship. We pulled away as he hit the deck in the first race of the episode, so this is his chance. He's got to take it, and if he does take it, the pressure's back on us to start performing again. But yeah, you can't win them all, but we've got to try our best, so let's see what we can do. Struggling in the wet conditions here then. Starting P19, Palmo 3, let's run down to turn number 1 then. It's a tricky old first few corners here at Phillip Island, especially in the wet conditions, and we lose out a heap of positions there. Coming back at turn 2 at the southern loop. This is the problem when you get sucked into this pack. It can be so hard to break free. You just end up swapping positions constantly. It's just a slipstream off between all these riders here. Right then. Try and navigate our way safely through turn 4. It's pretty tight there. So easy to make contact. We're on the outside of Fanati here. The outside line's pretty slow though. Come on. Gonna use Palmo 3. I need to be aggressive at the start. It's very much damage limitation. Lucky for us, Darren Binder leads from Mazia, and Suzuki's all over the back of Mazia. I can see him up the road. So that's good. Someone's hit the deck. I don't know. It sounded like someone behind me. Guevara next in P13. The bottom of the hill at turn 10. Now we're going to chuck it into 11. Try and find any sort of traction. There's so many puddles out on this circuit at the minute. There's crash behind, green flags have just come back out, but out the final corner then. And Acosta's in P12. This is not what Acosta needs. Mazia retaking the lead. Suzuki taking the lead at the front. Oh, Garcia's down. Garcia's down. That's a free position for us. And this is the problem. These wet conditions are so tricky. You've just got to try and stay on the bike. You've got to go as fast as you can, but you've got to play it safe. Anything could happen. I could push and fall off, but then Mazia could fall off as well at the front. He currently leads over Binder and Suzuki. Suzuki did take first temporarily for a corner or two, but he's lost out. Luckily, they're in a bit of a battle, so if looks like McPhee's there in P4 as well. If McPhee can get involved in that, then there's more chance of Mazia not winning, but I'm trying my best to try and get onto the back of the top 10 here. We're in P13 right now. If I can break into the top 10, score as many points as possible and just go for damage limitation, that'd be great. There's a crash behind. AI getting involved in all sorts of crazy battles out here today at Phillip Island. We closed in on Alcambert and Guevara through that drop in the elevation there. I forgot what corner number it is. Always remember Iannone on the Ducati. Headbutting the Seagull. back when Ian only was in the sport. He's out on... he's been banned temporarily, hasn't he? But I wonder if he'll get back in with Aprilia. Especially now Dovizioso's there, his old mate Dovi. Will Dovi ever take a ride at Aprilia? Be interesting, he's their reserve rider for now. Well, their test rider for now. Right, around the southern loop. We've closed in on the back of the top 12 now. More crashes behind the back of the grid. McPhee has the fastest lap of the race. He's currently in P2. Binder's dropped back. But Mazia's just lost the lead temporarily. He'll probably get back in front. Not quite. Suzuki leading this race at the minute. So it's all to play for. It's all changing around. McPhee's been the fastest man at the minute. I said he was in P4 and he was closing down on the front three to make a front four. But Toba getting back through on us. Let's see if we can get past him. Come on. Oh, sorry, Tova. Oh, no. I've just clipped the back of Tova and there's a huge crash behind. I don't think I caused that crash. I know I caused Toba, but I think Fanati just hit the deck. That's a slap on the wrist if I've ever seen a slap on the wrist. The game should really give me a penalty loop for that. At least. But the game doesn't really punish you for things like that, so we're going to get away with it. Here we go then, around the final corner. Halfway through the race now, 3 laps to go. The circuit's drying up and it's very tough conditions today. What's the gap? Second up to Guevara. Let's see if we can close this gap down a little bit, shall we? If the AI make any more mistakes, we're just going to pick up more points, and that's the aim, damage limitation. And pray that Mazia ends up off the podium. Oh, there's a crash! Foggier hitting the deck on the Leopard. And that's us into P11 now. Just right outside the top 10, and my rear tyre's getting out of shape through there. Did you see that? I thought the rear end was going to go on us. But a second now to Guevara. McPhee leads from Mazia. Mazia leads now. McPhee leads now. It's all very close at that final corner. Can't predict the front 3. Can't predict the front 4, but Acosta's here in P9 just up the road. P10 now is Guevara getting alongside him. We set a personal best time as the track is drying up and we're gapping Onku behind. Oh, there's a huge crash. Someone's on the floor and it's McPhee. McPhee's hit the deck and that's going to give Mazia the lead. He's got Suzuki all over the back of him, but McPhee was the man with the pace, I think. I mean, he had fast lap of the race and he kept leading most of these laps. Mazia kept getting through at certain corners, but he'd come back through. But he's now on the deck. That's another position for us, but unfortunately, it may have gifted Mazia the win. Let's see what Suzuki can do, and Darren Binders are getting on the grass there. Not much I can do here, just got to bring the bike home. It's very much down to what everybody else does here. At the final corner then, starting the last lap, Suzuki leads from Mazia and Binder going side by side by the looks of it. We got about 7.5 tenths to Guevara up the road. We set another personal best lap time, but we're not able to close down Guevara probably. We're probably going to settle for P10, but it's now what Mazia and Suzuki do at the front. Come on, Suzuki, we need to be cheering on. Mazia's hit the deck. There he is, Mazia. He's bottled it. Like I said at the start of this race, he has the opportunity today to get back in the lead of this championship and really put some pressure back onto us, but he's just bottled it again. Bottle it Mazia, we're going to call him. He had quite a significant lead at one point in this Moto3 Championship. I don't know why the spray's glitching out. That is horrendous. Here we go then. Bring it around the final corner. Mazia's behind us, which is what we like to see. I've pretty much cut to the end of the race here because of this glitching spray texture, which is probably causing epilepsy. But there we go. We're ahead of Mazia. He bottled it. He really did bottle it, didn't he? And Acosta's going to gain points on him. Where's Binder? Binder won. Darren Binder won. So look at the championship. Mazia now right under pressure. Binder's overtaken him. He's 11 points behind us. Mazia's 18 points back, and Acosta 23 points back. So it's all to play for. We've actually lost out. The Grazzini team got ahead of us, and we're demoted down to P4. It's a big battle here between us and Grazzini for the team championship. But there you have it. That's been another episode here in the MotoGP 21 career mode. This is Season 1 Moto3. And next up is going to be the season finale. Season 1 finale. Our last race, hopefully, in Moto3. Hopefully we can get a ride for Moto2. We've got a couple of contract offers come in. I think I'm going to sign for the Sepang Racing team, unless we get any last minute offers in from like the VR46 squad or the Red Bull KTM team. But that's been it for today's episode. Do let me know what you thought down below in the comments. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.